Hello everyone, today we're going to take a look at this image on the right and try to recreate it in the studio. We're using Satellite 3D and we have a one light setup. So this is fairly simple. As a photographer, I don't like to have multiple lights on set if I don't need them. And we can recreate this with just one light. So as you can see here, I chose a strip box because we want a fairly big light source. You can see that it's hitting her hat, her face, her shoulder, and going all the way down her back. And now in this final image that we have here, it's nice and edited and the light is very even. And we're fairly close in our recreation. However, if you have to brighten up the lower part of her body just a little bit in post to achieve the same effect, that's also cool. The next most important thing that we need to focus on is if we look at our reference image on the right here, you can see how it creates this little triangle of light on her face. And the way that we create that is, first of all, the shadow up here is created by shining light from the top, and the brim of the hat is casting a shadow. So that's number one. Our light source needs to be up high. It can't be at the side. If we put our light source, if we move it down to the side, what happens is we illuminate our model's face, and we don't want to do that. And then the next thing is it needs to just roll over the brim of her hat and then cast a shadow on our left, her right side of the face here. And that, we get that by having the light coming in from our right, her face facing the camera directly head on, and that creates the shadow on her right, our left. If you were to tilt her face a little bit to the left or to the right, you're going to see that, ooh, that's creepy. You're going to see that you start to illuminate that side of the face, which we do not want to do. Like this, like this. Right, you get different variations of it. But ideally, you have the light come in straight from the side, and then it casts a shadow on that side of the face. So that's the basic technique. The only other thing that I would talk about is how do you get that similar background effect. And as you know, if a lot of light is spilling onto a background, it gets brighter. So what I have over here is a white backdrop, and you'll see if I take my model and my light, and I move them nice and close to the backdrop, you're going to see that the light is going to fall onto the backdrop and start creating a white backdrop. We don't want that. We want it to be as dark and gray, well, not dark as possible, as the right shade of gray. And in order to do that, we're going to grab our model and our light, and we're going to pull them just far enough so that the light isn't spilling too much on the background. And as you can see now, it's a nice darker gray. All right, guys, that's it for today. Please let me know in the comments if you guys have any questions or comments. I'd love to chat and see what you guys are doing, or if you have other ways to recreate these setups. And if you have any questions about lighting or gear or anything, feel free to drop it in the comments and we can chat more about it in the upcoming videos. Follow along for more tips, tricks, and lighting techniques.